I identify as bisexual.
I identify as a queer, non-binary person.
I'm pansexual.
I am an LGBT individual, more specifically I am gay.
I'm a bisexual transgender man.
I don't identify exactly with the female gender that I was assigned at birth, but I also know that I am not a trans man. And I know that I'm still very female presenting, but for me, how I present doesn't necessarily align with how I feel. And I also use they, them pronouns instead of she, her pronouns.
So pansexuality is the idea that you can feel attraction to people of any gender, and then a lot of people say, oh, isn't that just bisexual? But bisexual is very confined to the traditional gender norms of male and female. And then I'm also genderqueer. To me, gender is so much of a social construct, it doesn't really matter to me, and that's what I feel both of my labels give across.
I think I first discovered my gender dysphoria when I was about 13. I kind of pushed it away for a while and then only really accepted it at the age of 15, where I decided that I wanted to transition.
When I came out, it was not something that I'd planned, it was just very spontaneous. I just thought one day, right, okay, I just about know now. I might as well just get home to my parents. It's not just a casual thing sometimes with a lot of people, it's you sit your parents down and you tell them.
I've come out to my friends. Coming out to my friends in sixth form was really easy because they just they didn't really care. They cared, but they knew already. It doesn't really make a difference.
I came out as bisexual when I was 16. From there, my sexuality kind of progressed. I then came out as a lesbian at one point because I was very confused around my gender. I still had feelings for boys and I was like, well, I can't be a lesbian. And it wasn't until I came to university at the age of 18 where I started exploring my gender more. And even when I came out as non-binary, people were like, we kind of sussed that maybe you weren't completely a woman.
I came out as bisexual when I was 12. Just one of my friends at school first. I then, even though I knew my parents weren't homophobic, went home really, really stressed. Got my mum alone in the kitchen, was like, Mum, I have to tell you something, but I'm really nervous. And then I told her that I was bi, and she was like, oh, that's fine, yeah, okay. And then I realised that I was surrounded by people who loved me and understood me, and I then came out on National Coming Out Day that year as pansexual after I'd discovered that label.
I came out when I was 15 to some friends. I actually just came out as transgender man, and with that, after that, I just said that I'm bisexual as well. All my friends were really accepting and really lovely about it, and just asked what name and what pronouns I wanted to use. Coming out to my parents is a bit different. They aren't accepting, but things have got a bit better over time. I came out to them when I was 16. Felt more important to try and explain that I was trans first before talking about my sexuality.
Detach yourself from the social bubble you're in. You still get a huge sense when you go on social media in a digital age that we're in, that there are people that just don't understand. I don't think it's necessarily just a societal thing, I think it's also a very personal thing that just takes so much anguish sometimes.
A lot of us struggle to accept ourselves and in turn think that a lot of other people are struggling to accept us the way we are, especially when it only takes a quick look into the media to still see people talking about us, people saying bad things about us, people trying to take away our rights.
Because I think a lot of people are still raised in very sheltered environments. So that means even if they'd had the ability to be raised as someone with an open mind, because of that, when they do discover issues like this, the idea of not being straight, it's so surprising to them that they kind of close off to the idea. So I think that's really a shame that schools and parents can't encourage these ideas even if they weren't raised with them.
There are sometimes people who don't understand things, but I find people becoming more willing to listen and empathise with the struggles that LGBT people have rather than just ignoring it as a non-issue.
I'm currently on a waiting list with the NHS to get onto testosterone. It's a very long waiting list and it's been taking forever, it's really annoying. And then after that I'm hoping to get top surgery, so we've actually started fundraising for it already because the NHS waiting list is 2-ish years long, and it's a long time once you've already had to wait for testosterone.
If you think you're straight and then one day you wake up and you fancy a girl, don't panic. Just take it as it comes, and remember there's always going to be people in your life who support you.
It's okay to feel the way that you're feeling and just you know, be confident in yourself and like that you know who you are.
Be you. Be confident in yourself, because honestly coming out is the best thing that I think I ever did, because it just gave me the ability to just completely be who I was.
Don't let other people tell you who you are or what you think. It's your life and you can be whoever you want to be.